for some entertaining IT training, be sure to check out itpro.tv. Use the coupon code ITCQ30, save 30% off of your premium subscription. IT Pro TV has over 4,000 hours of training content on their website, and it's some of the best content I've ever seen.
If you're looking for a step-by-step training guide on how you can get started in IT, check out our first official training course at www.itcq.tv. This step-by-step course will not only show you the skills and knowledge that's needed to get an entry-level IT job, but it'll also show you how you can gain an advantage. Check out the link in the description of this live stream, and thank you so much for your support.
Yo! What up, YouTube? And Twitch. I think we're over on Twitch. We should be over on Twitch. Yeah, we're on Twitch. YouTube's and Twitch. What's going on, people? How y'all doing today? Welcome to McYouTube. Can I take your order, please? Because I want to know what you guys want, basically. Like, I'm bummed. Not bummed. Bum's the wrong word. I'm lost. That's maybe a better word. I don't know. I have all these plans to make all these videos, and they never come out the way that I want them to come out. Like, they never do. Like, it's so hard to plan for videos sometimes, and sometimes some videos take longer than others to do, and then sometimes I just do some video where I'm like giving it to you real, right? Like, I'm just coming at you, and I'm telling you guys how I feel, what's going on. Like last week with the video where I talked about the whole IT industry is fucked. Yeah, that one. That was a fun video to do. I love doing videos like that. I did that with like the Ccna and other stuff like that, and I enjoy doing that. But what do you guys want, man? What's going on, Kev Runs on Duncan? What's going on, everybody in the chat? Allie, hola, what's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? Hopefully everybody's staying safe and not out rioting and looting and all that craziness. I mean, if you are, maybe you get some free stuff, some good free stuff. I don't know how all that works. I try to completely avoid all of that as much as possible. Having trouble landing a job in IT. Any advice? I have tons of advice about landing a job. Are you getting interviews, Isaiah? That's the first question I'm going to ask to you. That's my question back to you. Are you even getting an interview? Chick Campbell. How do I learn more about IT careers, and how do I study for different certifications online? So, Chick or Chic or whatever, I have over 800 videos at this point, and I've answered that question hundreds of times. So my suggestion to you would be to go back and go through some of my videos where I've literally laid this out hours on end at this point. Because it would take me hours just to go through all the bits of advice that I could possibly think of on videos that I've already covered. Isaiah, you're having trouble getting an interview. Your resume sucks. Sorry. If you can't get an interview, it's because your resume sucks. Plain and simple. That's 100% of the time. If you can't even get an interview, it's because your resume is freaking terrible. It's true. Passed your CCNA this morning. Congratulations. That is freaking awesome. Daniel James, thank you. Cool. You got a question, Daniel James? You're just throwing a super chat at me because I love my super chats. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys. Everybody give a shout out to Vijay for passing their CCNA this morning because that's freaking phenomenal. I love hearing that. Oh, no, you are getting interviews? Well, then you suck at interviewing. No. Okay, maybe you don't suck at interviewing, But you know what? Interviewing is a fine art in itself. And interviewing, honestly, it takes practice. Like, it takes practice to be good at interviews. You're going to bomb a lot of interviews. And that's just the way that it is. Like, that's plain and simple the way that it goes. But as far as, like, just not landing the job from those interviews, like, it takes time. I mean, it really takes time. And you're going to figure out what people want to hear as you go through different interviews. But my best advice would be follow up with these people. If they've already turned you down for a job, just reach out to them and say, hey, is there anything that I can improve to increase my chances of getting an interview? Many times they won't even respond back to you, or they'll tell you that they're not going to give you any information. But sometimes people can be cool, and they will give you some bits of advice. And that's the best thing that you could do, is just reach out back to these people and see what it is that they're looking for. And once you can get an idea of what many of these different businesses and stuff that you're applying for are looking for, then you can kind of tailor your interview process to match that. Or you could tailor your skills to help match that as well. So if they're looking for specific things, you can always go back and try to get more skills in those specific types of areas. I've been trying to work on this interview course for so long, and I keep going back and forth on it because, like, yeah, I think I can give you guys a lot of great advice for interviews. And I think there's probably a lot of great videos already out there that do the same thing, but I want to make an entire series of videos that walks you through the interview process. And for me, like, I don't want to miss anything, but I know that I am. And that's one of the biggest issues that I have with trying to do these videos, is that, people are going to come back and be like, oh, well, you didn't mention this and you didn't mention that. And it's just like, well, you know what? Every interview process is different. Every interview process from one another is going to be completely different. You're going to be asked many times different questions that I won't even know about or think about, but I would say, 75% of the interview process is all relatively identical. You're always going to be asked the same types of questions, and they all could be worded completely differently, but they're always looking for that same result. They're looking for a pretty static result, where it's relatively always the same type of answer that they're looking for. I plan to do it. It's just, oh God, it's a lot of work. I don't have any time. That's my biggest issue right now, to be completely honest with you guys. It's like the video that I put out last week about the IT industry being screwed. I spent a lot of time actually working on that video. I went through and edited that video like 3 different times. And I felt really good about that. And at the same time, it's like, I don't have time to do that all the time. Like, I luckily had enough time. I probably spent like 6 hours on that video, to be completely honest with you. And I don't always have time like that to put out the videos. Like, that's my biggest downfall right now. Like, that's my biggest struggle. Like, to all you people out there who don't have kids and you've been like off from all this pandemic stuff, like, if y'all haven't taken the time to like better yourself, shame on you. I wish I had the time. Like, I wish I had more time. But with my children being home every day, I don't got time. It's that's the biggest frustrating thing in the world to me. Like, that has got me more bummed out than anything. Like, I'm extremely thankful that I get to spend time with my kids and be around my kids. They're napping right now. Which, that's why I'm doing this live stream, because they're taking a nap. But yeah, like, I'm so thankful to be spending as much time with my kids as I've been able to and allowed to. But holy criminally, like, I have had no time at all to do anything for me. Like, to do nothing. Like, it's so difficult. Especially being somebody that works from home. Like, I don't get to work from home. So anyway, whatever. It is what it is, right? Like, we figure it out. Anyway, is the CCNA worth doing? The CCNA can always be worth doing. It depends on the path that you want to take. Thank you again, Daniel James. I appreciate that. H Hill MZY. Is it worth it to get an A+ cert to get work in a PC repair shop while you finish college? Yes, absolutely. 100%. Black Dolphin 90. Working towards your first IT role as a help desk guy, you believe, but the long-term goal of cybersecurity at cybersecurity analyst is practicing scripting language is good for it. Yeah, learning scripting is always going to be beneficial for you. Always. 100% of the time, learn scripting. I can't pronounce your name. I'm not going to try to butcher it. Let's see if we can change it up. Akuboam Manju. In college, what require you get in this field? I don't understand your question. Bradley Universe. Is anything taught in college relevant to the real world? I think there's a lot of things in college that are relevant to the real world. And I think colleges are doing, or they're trying to do a better job of aligning their content to that. But I think they have a difficult time staying up to date, obviously, because technology changes so much and curriculums can't be updated as quickly or as often. But I think there's a lot of relevancy there. But, everybody has a different opinion. I hear all the time from people like, I learn more on my own than I learn in college. It's a crapshoot. It honestly is. Black Dolphin 90 is playing with a virtual machine and malware good for a cybersecurity student. Project Ares looking really good, but too expensive for you. If Project Ares is too expensive for you, which it's too expensive for me, it's too expensive for a lot of people. There's a game called Night Team 4. It's on Steam. You can pick it up for like $35, and it's the same thing. Do that. Yo, EIS Enterprise. What up? Alimony Pony. Thoughts on the career path information systems? Information systems is just part of IT. What are you asking more specifically? Here's the thing about you have information technology, you have information systems, you have computer information systems or whatever the hell it is. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's just all IT. Like, it's all the same shit, just wrapped up into a slightly alternative package, right? Like, that's the best way to put it. Claudio, hi, great stuff on your channel, man. Thanks for the content. Just a quick question. You're going into your second year of college, learning a lot of cool stuff. Do you think the Comptia A+ is a must? I think the Comptia A+ is a great certification. As much as I sometimes probably hate to admit that, it's a great foundational certification. There's nothing that compares to it. And the fundamental knowledge that you learn from the A+ is stuff that you take with you forever. It's the fundamentals of the A+ really help lay down some of the more advanced things that you'll start to learn. Without the A+, it's really difficult, and it takes a lot more time to learn some of the different fundamentals within the field. It's stuff that, quite honestly, I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on that. But yeah, I think the A+, it's not necessarily a must. I wouldn't say, yes and no, it's a must. Gosh darn it. I have a lot of feelings towards it. Okay, I do. It's a great certification. Is JavaScript coding good for cybersecurity? Yeah, it can be. It's not a requirement. Unless you're looking to go down a path that's specifically built around coding and vulnerability, like web vulnerabilities and stuff like that. Top 5. I love to watch your videos. I love that you love to watch my videos. Thank you. Link Guy 30. How do you know if you're ready for an IT job? You will never know if you're ready for an IT job. Nobody's ready for an IT job, to be real with you. Like, to be 100% honest with you, nobody is ready for their first IT job. They aren't. And you're going to feel that you're not ready, like, for the first, 3 or 4, 5 years even of working in the field. You're always going to be going through imposter syndrome. You're always going to feel like you're not good enough. You're always going to feel like you don't know what you need to know. And all of that, I assure you, is okay. Everybody feels it. It's fine. You just have to jump in. You dive in and let the nonsense begin. I stole that from a Magic the Gathering YouTuber that I watch. I'm sorry, Covert Go Blue. Love you, bro. Black Dolphin 19 for... Oh, wait, I missed one. Miles, thank you, Miles. First of all, shout out to Miles Reagan. I don't know if I butchered your last name or not, but shout out to Miles for being a member of the channel. Holla. You failed your A+ 1001 by 10 points, but it was your first experience writing an exam, so you're grateful for that. Any good Red Hat Linux courses that you know of? You went from A+ failing to Red Hat Linux courses. Bro, finish your A+, then worry about Red Hat. Period. Like, stop thinking ahead. Finish what you're doing. That's one of the best bits of advice that I can give you. If you're going through something like this, stop looking ahead when you're in the middle of something. Finish what's in front of you. Black Dolphin 19 looks awesome. Thanks so much for letting you know about that. Don't work yourself too hard. Remember to make time to do the things you love to do. Or you love to. Find working too hard can get me down. Man, I just want to work. Like, I just want to have the time to work. Like, I wish, like, when my kids go back to daycare in, like, 18 years, well, I guess they'd be grown up by then, but when my kids go back to daycare in, like, I don't know, 6 months or whenever the hell it is, you know, and I have, like, 8 hours a day to work on stuff, like, it'll be glorious. I'll stop taking everything for granted. Juan Gonzalez says, A+ is a must. It helped you get an IT support job at a hospital. The rest you learn on the job. For sure. Kev Tech IT Support. What's up, boss? I am doing well. Hope you are doing well as well. We got all that? We got all that. Tethered Lantern. Hi. Speaking of A+, you had passed it and it was a difficult test. It covers so much stuff. It sure does. It may not be in depth in each topic, but it's a ton to remember and indeed beneficial. Absolutely. Lexi Husky. You want to learn cybersecurity? Where do you start? I have a video that I put out like 2 years ago now that I should probably update. That talks you about like getting started in cybersecurity, but really start learning fundamentals. Like, I don't think anybody can be like a really good cybersecurity professional without having good fundamental knowledge to back it up. There's so much to learn. Shadow, you want to say thank you and agree on the idea of apprenticeship path would be great for the IT field. Yeah, dude, I'm not saying like the apprenticeship thing that I talked about in my last video is the absolute way. It's the best way. The whole point of that video is to start conversation around it because something has to change. There has to be some kind of change happening within this field because the ludicrous requirements for entry-level IT jobs is just absurd. It's frustrating. I hear your guys' frustration every single day, and it frustrates me. Like, I'm pissed. Like, I feel like there needs to be a more standardized way to get into the field. And, you know, the thing about it is, like, you know, obviously there's been companies who dropped degree requirements. There's colleges pushing degrees. There's many businesses out there that still require a degree and won't even consider anything else. You know, some companies don't even care about a degree or care about a certification. They'll pull you in with no experience because, you know, they probably have the ability to train you right then and there, and you'll have a good understanding of how things should be done, right? There's so many different aspects to look at with this, and there's so many different ways to get into this field. I wish there was easier, and that's not necessarily easier ways. I just wish that there was a more defined way for people to get started, and I wish there was more help for people to get started. So, yeah. Microsoft certs are a good starting point, but right now you're studying A+, says Attenchi fan. I don't know. Yeah, Microsoft certs are probably some of the best certifications that you can get. Like, hands down. Everybody loves seeing a Microsoft certification on a resume. Cameron Gray, you might have missed it. Sorry if you did. What are your thoughts on Try Hack Me? I have not tried to hack you yet. So I can't give your thoughts on that. I have not had time. I've heard Mr. Heath Adams, the cyber mentor, he's talked about that. That would be your best bet. I have not had time to look at that. Brendan Bender. Whew. Is pen test ethical hacker certificate required for a job in IT management? No. Not at all. For IT management, no. Nope. Link Guy 30, is IT work very fast paced? It depends on the environment. Every single environment is different. I worked in an environment. It was like they were probably like a Fortune 1000 company or something, right? If that even exists. They were a pretty large company who did engineering, and I worked there for about like 3 or 4 months. It was the most boring job I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I spent probably like 90% of my day on Reddit. I was so incredibly bored. And all the issues that came through were really easy to fix. I remember I spent most of my time like implementing Microsoft Deployment Toolkit into their environment. And like that took up a lot of my time, but like, oh my gosh, it was so boring. So that was not a fast-paced environment. The hospital I worked at was, I wouldn't say it was too fast-paced, but there was always something to do. Which, yeah, it's just every single environment is so completely different. So it's so hard to say. Is IT work very fast-paced? It can be. Richmond, I wish there were internships for IT positions. The only one I found was working for the city where I live. There are always internships. It's just that they're not always posted. They're not always easy to find, but they're around. Does coding fall under the IT field? Software engineer? Yeah, I mean, that's all part of information technology. I would say anything that anything that's involves a computer, or like the internet. It's probably part of IT, right? Like it's all falls under the umbrella of information technology. The spoiler 444. You're currently studying for A+. Is it worth it to use Comptia's training program, or should you use a different resource? I mean, they have free resources out there, so there's that. Comptia's training program is expensive. It's all right. It can be good, but I think there are better alternatives out there. The only thing that I think I really enjoyed about Comptia's platform that I was able to see is their CertMaster practice. I really enjoyed that. But there's also tons of practice exams and practice tests out there. So, yeah. Hard to say, yo. KevTech, you're saying you're responding to somebody. Eric Goodman, hey man, you're going to be finishing a degree in IT project management in about 10 months. You've never had an IT job before. Not really sure where to begin after graduating. Any advice? Apply for every single job that you could see and start working and start getting experience. Period. The end. No one from Earth. You're a beginner 1 month into JS. You don't yet feel confident in coding on your own. Any guidance? Practice, practice, practice. After a month, there's people who have been coding in JavaScript for like years who like don't feel confident. Man, just keep grinding away, for sure. For sure, Eric Goodman. Let's see. How hard is it for an American to find an IT job in the UK or Europe? I always read about there's such a need. I mean, there's a need for IT everywhere across the globe. I don't know about UK. I couldn't tell you about it. I don't live there. Brendan Bender, you're looking to learn PowerShell this summer. Are there any resources you recommend? IT Pro TV, use the coupon code ITCQ30. Pluralsight, any of them, man. Like, there's so many great resources out there. You just have to find the one that works for you. And the great thing about like IT Pro TV or Pluralsight, for instance, is that they offer free trials or free content in some ways. Abuse the hell out of those. Like, find every single e-learning platform out there that offers a free trial and find the one that you like the best. And then on top of that, there's like millions of videos on YouTube. AstroGirl133, shout out, what up? Professor Messer offers free content on YouTube for A+ and Net Plus and Security Plus. The Comptia stuff. Professor Messer is amazing at that stuff. Loop back 718. You should start with CCNA 200 to 301 and skip the beginner certs. You have basic understanding of network concepts. Am I making a mistake? I mean, if you're looking to get into networking, like the CCNA is a great certification, but getting a CCNA, I mean, it's fine. I've talked about this like so many freaking times. Like the A plus is a great certification to lay down the fundamentals that you need to know about. CCNA is completely different. CCNA only talks about networking, and yeah. Is the Google IT certification worth getting? I put a video out on this like a couple months back. You should check that out. Legion. You don't plan on working in IT yet, but how can I learn the ins and outs of the IT world from personal use? Can you be more specific? What is it? What are you asking me here? I'm a little confused by your question there. I mean, I think this channel covers tons of ins and outs of the IT world, but I don't know what it is that you're looking for. SSCP or Comptia security? Very confused. Well, what do you want to do? Is it possible to be able to play with around with a VM without paying? Yes. Download VirtualBox, which is absolutely free, and you can go and download just about every single Linux distribution for absolutely free and install that with VirtualBox. You can download Windows evaluation copies for free dollars and spin those up. I have a bunch of videos where I've talked about spinning up different virtual machines. Richmond, when it comes to requirements for jobs, should you still apply even when you don't meet all the things? Yes. Apply for everything. If you meet like 30% of the requirements, apply. Just apply. Michael Anderson, what's up? I've been all right. How you been, bro? Russell Diaz, you're studying cybersecurity, was planning to do CCNA just to get into IT. What do I think? Well, you're studying cybersecurity. You're planning to do your CCNA just to get into IT. What do I think? I mean, I don't know what you want me to think, bro. What do you want me to think? You want me to tell you it's a good shot? Any shot can be. There's no set path, man. You can do anything you want and get in IT. Like, there's no set path. Link guy, is IT help desk usually the first job in IT or other job titles you take in which you enter IT? I mean, help desk is definitely an entry-level job. There's tons of different titles related to other entry-level IT work. It's all relatively the same, but yes, I was just looking back and saw this video that I'd put out like 3 years ago now, where I talked about help desk being the best first job to get. I want to redo that video. I have a lot to say about that. But yes, entry level help desk is the best. It's the best way to get started, hands down. Asish, you're a dropout engineer. You're interested in cybersecurity and cloud computing. So which field should you prefer more to earn a good job? Whichever one you enjoy more. Whichever one you start learning about and enjoy more. Period. The end. Legion, that's kind of my point. You don't know. You're a casual user. You don't want to be, but you don't want to be. You want to know as much as you can to be useful around the house and gain new hobbies. Oh, bro, there's like tons of different videos out there that walk you through fundamentals and stuff. Like the A plus is very fundamental based, but like there's just tons of videos out here on YouTube that can explain everything at a casual point, I think. Michael Anderson, Zach, you want to know what are my thoughts on Saltstack? I don't know anything about Saltstack. That's not in my wheelhouse at all. But if you want an answer, we can get on LinkedIn and get you an answer. Amir, graduating in December with computer engineering degree and would like to pursue security field. So which is good to get into this field? I mean, you should definitely get your security plus, and then take it from there. Does IT require heavy math? No, absolutely not. F math. I hate math. I use a calculator all the time. Or day. Have I ever had to deal with a hacked computer for someone or something similar? Yeah, numerous times. Yo, these questions. Which questions? Am I missing funny questions? What? Baby Shaq, what's up with these questions? What am I missing, yo? Oh, man. Sorry. If technology is your passion and helping others is your purpose, how much would you charge for a mentorship? I'm very eager to get in the IT field, and you're serious. I would charge nothing for a mentorship because I don't have time to be a mentor. These videos are my way of being a mentor. And doing these live streams, these are where you can ask your questions, and I can try to answer them for you. But, yeah, I don't have the time to... I don't have the time to be one-on-one with people. As much as I would love to be, like, maybe when the pandemic, changes. There you go. Kev Runs on Duncan just posted the Discord. I always forget about the Discord. Join the Discord if you want a mentor, because there's, like, hundreds of them. Or not. If we're probably close to 1,000 users, I think, at this point. How many people we got in Discord? Got online 172, and offline, it doesn't show me. Why doesn't it show me? Kev, how many people we got on our Discord, bro? I don't know why it don't show me nothing. Crystal Hankins, what cert should you get to be able to get a job in help desk? The Comptia A+, period, the end. I mean, you can go for the Comptia trifecta, honestly. But, yeah, A+ is going to be a great start. Epic Games HD. Which path do you think is better, certification route or college? I wouldn't say necessarily either one of them is better. They both have advantages and they both have disadvantages, probably. Certification route is cheaper. College route is definitely more expensive. Takes a lot longer. Takes a lot longer to go to college. Baby Shack, people want you to do basic level thinking for them. That's why some of these questions are funny AF. Yeah. That's all day. Every time I do these live streams, the questions are the most basic things ever. And I've already done videos that cover like 90% of the questions that I get. But hey, we're here to help. Right? We're here to help. You got laid off. Now what? Apply for jobs. That's what. Apply. Discord is at 1,113. That's freaking crazy, yo. It's awesome. Over 1,000 people on our Discord servers. How dare I forget about the Discord? I'm sorry. I forget a lot of things. That's what happens. Loopback 718. With so many companies going remote, wouldn't that limit help desk jobs? No. Absolutely not. Oh, goodness. Definitely not. I feel like help desk is going to be even more in need with all of this. What question have I answered the most? I don't know, man. I get a lot of the same question. I don't know which one would be the most asked. That's interesting. That's an interesting question right there. I don't know. The questions that always drive me crazy that I feel like I get the most are like, here's my circumstance. Should I get like X degree or this degree or Y degree or Z degree or this certification? That's like, it's all relatively the same. I don't know, man. Yeah, there's tons of people doing help desk working remotely. When you introduce a new way to do things into an environment that nobody has done before, you immediately okay, let's just take for instance what just happened, right? Like everybody started working remotely. Most companies weren't prepared for this, right? So when you have sometimes cases of hundreds or thousands of users who all of a sudden work remote, that initially creates a huge surge in troubleshooting, because now you have to support all these users doing something completely different than they've ever done before. So I would imagine that many companies didn't have the capacity to handle all of these issues in a timely manner. I would imagine there was many SLA violations when this first started. So yeah. Anyway, whatevs. Honestly, a lot of questions can be found by watching videos on YouTube and Googling. Doing research is the most important skill in IT, so learn how to do it. 100% Kev runs on Duncan. 100%. People just want to ask these questions and get that response. Like, you know, they want to have that direct response instead of going out and doing the work. They want somebody to tell them instantly. I got people on Facebook messaging me like all the time. And in my Facebook like message response, like I have an auto response set up. Like as soon as somebody sends me a message, it's like, hey, I don't monitor these messages, guys, which I kind of monitor sometimes because I just like to see what people say, but I don't respond back because in my auto response message it says, hey, I don't monitor these messages. If you want an answer to a question, join the Discord. And then I have people like getting mad that I don't respond back to them. Like, so they just keep like sending messages, and then they keep getting the same auto response. It's like, read the freaking message that I put there. I'm not going to respond back to you. I will not respond back to anybody on Facebook. Period. Hey Zach, is the Run CMD shirt still up for grabs? Yeah, the Run CMD shirt. You can find that teespring.com. IT career questions. That brings like a good point. A good switch and an alternative thing here. Hold up. Oh, did I put in the wrong? Shoot. Wrong link. That's why it wasn't working. That's why nothing's been working. Gosh darn it. I failed. I so failed. Son of a gun. Hold up. Way. Are you ready for the next episode? Hey. Smoke weed every day. Sorry. Let's transition this. Here you go. If you guys want to buy a t-shirt, all of my t-shirts are now on sale for $13.37, and all of the hoodies are on sale for $23.37. Because I can't price the hoodies down to $13.37, unfortunately. If I could, I probably would have. But every t-shirt that we got here on sale, $13.37. Go buy one. I thought I had more in here. I know I put more in here. Where did they go? Anyway, yeah, Run CMD, IT Pro, IT Professional, the Ethernet port. There's no place like home. That's what's up, yo. You want a t-shirt? $13.37. Go buy one. Help support this channel. Which one is more respected, Comptia or Microsoft? Are you really asking me that question? Are you serious? Microsoft, all day, every day. Microsoft is far more respected than Comptia, all day long. All day, every day. What has been the most difficult, unique part of my IT journey so far, career-wise? I'm going through the most difficult part of my IT career right now. That's what I would tell you. These last 2 years have been the most difficult part of my entire IT career because I've separated myself from the field in so many ways. But before that, I don't know, man. There's been lots of difficult things. It's always, I think the most difficult thing that many people face is just imposter syndrome. And I felt that way many times throughout my career. Keep it techie. What's up, bro? You finally caught a live stream. Been in the IT field for over 10 years. Anything I can do to help people? Let you know. Help answer questions in the chat. Join our Discord and help answer questions there. Pierre, you want to get into IT? What do I think I should go for? JavaScript, Python, or C++? Well, it sounds like you want to go into programming. So here's my thing back at you. When somebody says, like, when somebody tells me, hey, Zach, I want to learn a programming language. I want to be a programmer, developer. Well, my first question to you would be like, what do you want to build? You could have the idea all day long that you want to be a programmer or a developer, but without having an idea of something to build, you'll have no idea where to start. And I'm telling you, it's so extremely important to at least understand that, because that'll help you define which programming language is going to be the best for you to start learning, and it also gives you a goal to build something, right? So it gets you more interested in it. Richmond, can you have the edge in an interview with how you sell yourself versus someone else who isn't as confident? Yeah, for sure. Selling yourself is like probably 60% of the interview. Like, it's definitely more than half, I would say. It is very sad that they're getting rid of Microsoft certs. I'm very upset about that. Pierre, JavaScript, Python, C++, what do you want to do? How did I separate myself from the rest of the IT crowd? I just mean like I separated myself from the day-to-day IT grind. You know? Like, I've been doing YouTube for the past 2 years. Like, I try to keep myself as up-to-date as possible. And, you know, I've obviously, like, gotten a certification. I've gone through learning many different bits and pieces of many different certifications. So I've, like, you know, and like I said, I try to keep up to date on the things happening. But at the end of the day, like, I haven't immersed myself in technology because that's not my job. So I'm quite separated from the IT field. You know, like, I talk to people every single day who work in IT and hear about the things that they're doing and hear about the things that they're seeing and whatnot. But that's not my... I don't get to experience that. And that's frustrating. Chris, can you have a cheeseburger? I mean, man, sure, you can have a cheeseburger. Just don't have too many or else you look like me. I'm fat AF right now. Super fat boy. That's me. Douglas Connell, what's up? Do you have any tips on how to get a discounted Windows Pro key? Just built a PC and never installed an OS. I don't know. There's probably, you know, tons of different places out there. If you're a student, I know you get a discounted license key for Windows. Other than that, I don't know. Go out on Newegg or something. I'm sure Amazon sells, like, Windows keys now. Is master's degree in cybersecurity worth it? I don't know. Is all that debt worth it to you? Mr. Elite Entertainment, what's the most useless certification in my opinion? There's a couple actually, but I don't want to make anybody mad. In specific, I don't want to make a very specific company mad by saying that their certifications are useless. So I'd rather not offend that company at this point in time. But that same company also has one of the best certifications, in my opinion. It's really funny how that works. But they have many useless certifications. Like, quite a few. But anyway. Paul C., I did not get my bike. Thank you for asking me something that's completely unrelated to this, bro. Appreciate you, Paul C. I did not get my bike yet. I'm not prepared to spend like $600 on a bike, even though I know I'm going to have to. But I'm also just trying to find the right one for me. You look for the Discord link, but you can't find the Discord link. Can you post the Discord link? Kevron's on Duncan. Can you post the Discord link, please, sir? Or Allie. Appreciate you guys being here, helping me out with the chat. Do you see personal information in IT? Yeah, all the freaking time. That's one of the things that, like, especially working in the hospital, you see a lot of things that you don't want to see. I've seen a lot of things that I don't want to see, but I also had to see a lot of personal information, and you just kind of have to like block that out. Like, yes, you're seeing it, but at the same time, you have to ignore it. Like, unless it directly affects like the security of your network, or like just your entire network and infrastructure. Like, that's the only time where like actually looking at personal information that you maybe shouldn't be looking at could be like there's a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, like, you always see personal information. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen personal, like, people's salaries, or it's even like patient info, just weird different things that, like, the weird thing about being in IT is you have so much power, like, you really do, and you have to be very careful with that. And you have to be, you just have to think smart. Like, don't be a freaking idiot because you saw somebody, like, especially working in a hospital, right? Like, don't be an idiot. You saw that, you saw one of your friends' personal charts or something because you had a remote into somebody's computer and it was pulled up. Like, you don't want to be an idiot and be like, hey, I saw you in your personal chart, blah, 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 because I was, helping somebody with their computer. That'll get you fired. But yeah. You're always seeing personal info. Are volunteer internships usually available in IT? I wouldn't say usually, but they exist. It's like a needle in the haystack. Oh my goodness. The chat. Could I give you a clue? I could give you a clue, but meh. Have I watched the IT crowd? Okay, so if you want to be an IT professional, this is the one requirement to be an IT professional. You watch the IT crowd. So yes, I've seen the IT crowd. Seven Annie. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. You've lined up your Oracle Cloud, Azure Cloud fundamentals with their free promotion. Are you aware of any other free courses going on? Somebody posted something on LinkedIn the other day that offered crap ton of resources. They're out on Twitter too. I don't have a list of all of them. Maybe that's something Allie could work on. Allie probably would have a lot of fun pulling together all the free learning resources that are available right now. Maybe she would. I don't know. I'm not going to tell her what to do. Let's give her a suggestion. Douglas, you're welcome, man. I hope the guitar playing is going well. You're up to an hour practice per day. That's much more than I have been able to accomplish. I kind of haven't touched my guitar in probably a week, to be honest with you guys. It's been difficult. Michael Anderson, Zach, do you think the CML is preferred or buying physical equipment for practicing labs? Whatever you feel like doing, honestly. I like having the physical equipment because it makes me feel like, it just makes me, I have better feels. I have much better feels working with physical equipment than I do. Like, if I could have it like the way that I would always want it to be, is like I'd always have the physical equipment on it so that I could do the initial learning and configuration with the physical equipment, so that when I start doing it virtual, I could just tie it back to, when I had this physical equipment and I was actually touching it and hands-on with it, I don't know. That helps me personally, but not everybody's like that. What is the most demanded IT job or role as of right now? Who knows? There's probably a lot of really in-demand roles. I'd say security is going to be hugely in demand, and we've experienced that now for years. Chris, you're a real inspiration, man. You're hopefully going to take your Security Plus this summer. Take your Ccna before graduating college. Good luck. Good luck, Chris. You got this, bro. Can knowledge of SQL have carryover in the technician side of IT? Depends on the environments and stuff that you're working on. In general, something could pop up randomly where, like, you need some SQL knowledge and you could come in handy. But it could be few and far between. From my experience and people who work in the industry, what role isn't what it's cracked up to be? Not necessarily a role. I would say an area of the field is security. People have these grandiose thoughts and visions on what security is going to be like, and then they actually start working in cybersecurity, and they're like, holy shit, this is not at all what I thought it was going to be. I don't want to do this. That's a lot of people in security. It's funny how that works. Broke college kid, you just got an internship that involves IT management for companies. You're studying cybersecurity, but is there any other info you need before going in and managing, setting up companies' network? Yeah, experience. That's what you need. You need experience. Lots of experience. Stony Maloney, how do you feel about getting into the IM space of cybersecurity? Not an area for me, per se. Maybe. I don't know. Why do you want to know how I feel about it? It doesn't matter how I feel about it. It matters how you feel about it. Hey Zach, what do you think is the best gaming laptop? I have no idea. I don't go down that route. What, like an Acer gaming laptop maybe? I don't know. An Alienware laptop? I don't know. Gaming on a laptop? Psh, whatever. I don't know. Anything that has like a 6 gig video card and like 32 gigs of RAM. The end. There you go. If they got that, then you're probably set. Valentina Martinez. You completed an interview for an entry-level customer support role for mobile technology, and the question seemed straight from a Security Plus exam. I felt the questions were unrelated to the job. Common? I wouldn't say not. I don't know if that I've ever experienced anything like that, where they've completely thrown me for a loop like that in an interview. What's up, the Paracore guy? How you doing, boss? Oh, man, I love doing these streams and just talking with you guys, so hopefully I've helped you guys out during this stream. I don't know what's coming. I don't know what type of videos I'll be putting out soon. I don't have anything planned or scheduled because I have no freaking time. But I'd like to do more videos where I did last week. I'm going to start working on this interview video stuff. I want to start working on troubleshooting videos. I want to start working on a resume video. Like, there's so much shit that I want to start working on, and there's so little time. Like, just so little time. It's so frustrating. That's why I've been trying to get in more live streams, because I don't have to plan for anything. I can just sit down and just shoot the stuff with y'all. Link Guy 30, do programs you've created in the past count as experience, or does it have to be actual work experience? It depends on how you, like what you've built and how you've kept documentation for that. So you should be documenting everything that you do, like all the time. It's a work in progress, yeah. Allie knows it's a work in progress. Allie's probably getting sick of me. Allie's probably going to be quitting her job here at IT Career Questions any day now, because I'm a pain in the ass. I'm terrible. Very terrible. Akish, you know the channel is about IT questions, but don't you get burnt out? Yeah, I get burnt out. Like before going for a live stream, you know you'd be getting the same questions again and again. Yeah. I mean, I do get, like, burnt out by it. But, like, I know going into these live streams, like, that's what I have to expect. And the great thing about these live streams is that I get to interact with you guys. So if, like, I get the same questions, it's fine. And a lot of times, like, when I'm getting those same types of questions in a live stream, like, typically, like, more than one person is going to benefit from me answering that question. I should do a IT remote jobs video. I should. I just have to have time to plan for it. I can't get rid of you that easily. Well, I'll try harder. I don't know if there's any game devs in here. No, we don't talk about game dev too much. I got the approval last night. I don't know if I should say approval, but I got the go ahead. So like on YouTube, like when I have free time, when I'm cooking or cleaning or just doing like mindless activities, I always have like YouTube going on in the background, and it's mostly like it's mostly stuff that like I don't have to sit down and pay much attention to, right? Like, there's obviously like tons of YouTube channels where I'd love to sit down and listen and follow along better, but I don't always have that time. But anyway, like I always put on like Magic the Gathering videos, which is a game. It's a card game, but they've made it digital, obviously. So I watch these YouTubers who talk about Magic the Gathering, and last night the wife was like, why don't you just do that? Why don't you just start making videos like that? Because that's all you ever watch. You should be making videos about Magic the Gathering, because that's all you care about, apparently, because that's all you have on the TV. Like, all right. She's like, I'm serious. You just need to start doing those videos. I hope I'm doing a good imitation of her, because that was definitely her last night. I was like, all right, you're telling me that I can start making videos where I'm playing a game? She's like, yeah, you should do that. All right, I'm gonna do it because she said I should do it. So that means when she sees me playing the game, she can't get mad at me because I'll be making videos. But anyway, probably do that. V Sharp shooting. Okay, hello. You seen your weight loss, and brother, that was a tough road. It was a tough road, and now I'm back to being a fat F, super fat. If you guys watch, you guys go look at my very first video that I ever put on YouTube where I showed my face, and I was probably like as big as I am right now. And then if you watch like the videos for the next like year and a half or 2 years, like you see that I lost a crap ton of weight. I lost like 80 pounds, and now I've probably gained like 80 pounds back because, yeah, that was very hard. It's even harder like looking at all these past videos of me and all these past memories that pop up on Facebook, where I've it's definitely a lot lighter. That's very frustrating. It is. I would definitely like to be back in shape. I wasn't even in shape then. I would just like to be healthier and thinner, for sure. For sure. What's going on, Oliver Arthur? Mr. Elite Entertainment, 90% of your time in dev position was on Stack Overflow. Yeah, Stack Overflow is your BFF. Keep it techie. What are your thoughts on learning Linux? Everybody should learn Linux. Also, the Linux Foundation cert. I mean, I'm sure the cert's fine. But everybody should learn Linux. Ryan Basco, 100% HED when I open Task Manager, lagging a lot. What to do? Well, is there anything else that's popped up on your like in their oh god, I can't even talk. Any other processes that are going haywire? That's what I would be looking at. If your hard drive is going haywire, check to see how much free space you have available. That would be a good place to start. Also, going through and something that I always like to do if I always see something like that happening, just to make sure that there's no nothing like affecting any files and things like that, is you can go through like folder by folder under your users and check the properties and see what folders are taking up the most data, and kind of dive deep into that. There's many different things with that scenario. CCNA or Network Plus first? I wouldn't even bother with a Network Plus if you plan on going for the CCNA. If you plan on getting your CCNA, just study for your CCNA. Michael Anderson, will people with a CCNA cert and experience have to work remotely now? I mean, everybody's working remotely now, it seems like. I mean, networking is going all towards the cloud anyway, so you got that going for you, so that's nice. Art Sim, you make $90K now and you hate your job. Want to get into IT, but you won't be able to survive starting at the bottom. That's probably pretty accurate, bro. Probably pretty accurate. I mean, in all reality, if you wanted to do that, like, you'd have to keep working your job that you hate while you're studying for multiple certifications and getting those multiple certifications. Opinion on ITIL? ITIL is great. Delta says probiotics. What kind of probiotics? I only believe in essential oils and anything that's, like not going to be harmful for my body. You guys should buy essential oils. You rub essential oils all over your body. It'll make you feel amazing. Sorry. I've had lots of conversations lately with people and their essential oils. Opinion on ITIL. ITIL is great. Chris Rouse, which Linux flavor is the best to learn first? Does not matter. Pick up a Linux distribution and go. What's going on, Collins O'Doul? Raw milk. I don't know if I could do raw milk. Maybe. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't do my milk. Believe me, I love milk and cheese, but milk and cheese does not love me. Raw cow milk, stained chilled. I don't know if I've ever had raw cow milk. Which one's more respected, Cisco versus Comptia? Come on. You already know. Why would you ask a silly question like that? Keep it techie. He says to start off with CentOS or Fedora. They are the closest to Red Hat, which is the industry standard. Well, there you go. But I mean, honestly, like you could pick up Debian, you could pick up Kali for all I care. Like, just pick up a Linux distro and start learning, because at the end of the day, they're all relatively pretty similar. And, you know, the terminal is all relatively pretty similar as well. So, there's that. Hohenheim, oh my goodness. You're studying for your A+ Core 2, been studying all week and weekend. You're short on time, but you feel burned out and feel like nothing is sticking. What should you do? Well, take a little break, come back to it. Start taking a bunch of practice exams, and there's tons of practice exams all over the internet, and take those, like, as much as you can. I wasn't trying to be Napoleon Dynamite, but alright, I'll take it. Chili Cap, do I have a server set up at my house? I mean, in reality, like, every single computer that I have, and this is no joke, every single computer that I have has VirtualBox installed on it. And every single one of those computers probably has at least 2 virtual machines that can be spun up. So I have lots of servers and lots of things doing different things. But I don't actually have like a dedicated physical server box, because there's no need for it. There just isn't. Stop drinking pop and energy drinks. I did. I don't drink any soda anymore. It's been a few weeks since I've had a soda. And that was just like a desperation soda, I feel like. Roy Hobbs, which certs should you get if you want to be part of the incident response teams? Hold up. Got coffee. I think there's like a EC Council cert that talks about incident response. You'd have to look into that for sure. But even still, like a great foundational cert to get yourself started would be the Security Plus. Oh yeah, don't forget, you can watch this stream on Twitch that I always forget about, because... Oh, look at, there's people on Twitch! Oh, I'm sorry I missed you Twitchers. My bad, y'all. Oh, I gotta pop out this Twitch chat. My bad, Twitch. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Oh, MSG. Hey, dude, what do you think of what's happening with the Black Lives Movement? Black Lives Matter. Sorry, movement. I mean, I feel a lot of different feelings about all that. I have lots of different feelings about that. I don't think this is the place to share my feelings on all that. Not that I'm going against anything. I just don't feel like this is the proper place to, like, share my thoughts and feelings. I support a lot. Like, I think a lot of what's going on behind it. I just don't agree with, like, the looting and all that stuff. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. I don't think there is a right way to go about it. There's obviously not. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way. I don't know. Maybe there's a wrong way because I don't agree with the way that people are going about it. I think a lot of people are being selfish. You know, I don't like violence, man. I don't agree with violence. I will never be behind violence, ever. I can't do it. What's going on, El Double from the Twitch? What up, yo? Thanks for being one of the only viewers on Twitch. Appreciate that. Does my Discord help answer questions regarding concepts in IT? It answers a lot of different questions about IT. Catherine Berger, what's up? How you doing? How's the heat in the zona? Coffee is not an energy drink. I would hope coffee's not an energy drink because I love coffee. What's the worst place I've ever worked? The worst place I ever worked was probably working with Catherine Berger in the chat here. No, just kidding. I actually liked working there. The worst place I ever worked? I don't know. I think the worst was always just doing consulting. So there was like multiple places that I worked. But I didn't enjoy consulting too much. Delta Bravo, you're welcome, bro. What's going on, Tai Quan Gong? What's my favorite drink from Starbucks? Anything iced. Pretty much. Iced and no mint. I hate mint. And Bono, hello. You're an 18-year-old going to uni this fall for IT. Just curious if you have any advice on additional things I can do while at uni to help strengthen your credentials resume for when you get out. Yeah, start getting certifications. Oh, Approving Fires on the Twitch. What's up, yo? Approving Fires. What are your thoughts on the SANS Institute? SANS are some of the best certifications that you can get, and many cybersecurity professionals will tell you that same thing. SANS is amazing. They're very, very expensive, but yeah, everybody loves the SANS. And you're welcome for all that I do. But yeah, Nbano, just start getting certs, bro. Start learning on your own. Start building a virtual environment. Danny Love, hi Zach. What is the security clearance stuff for a job? So the security stuff clearance that you see for jobs, many government entities and entities associated with government require a security clearance, which is like completely outside of IT. A security clearance just in many ways says like they've done a background check on you. They validated that you're like okay to work in secure environments that handle many secure a lot of secure data or just secure information in general. So many times like you have to be there's a word I'm looking for and I can't think of it, but you have to be sponsored. I think that's what it is to get a security clearance. So yeah, there's that. Going to get your Pen Test Plus in August. Cool, good luck. If someone has a bachelor's degree, are they even considered entry level still? If you have a associate's degree or a bachelor's degree or even a frickin' master's degree and you've never worked in IT, you're probably still considered entry level. Like, just like truth hurts. Sorry. If you don't have experience working in IT, you're always going to be entry level. Like, I don't care what your job title says, you're still entry level because you don't know dick. Sorry. Excuse my language. YouTube's going to demonetize me any day now. JCraftFX. Hey, Zach, you were wanting to get an IT for being a technician starting off. Would it be bad to get your Net Plus and Security Plus along with your M Plus? No. Any certification that you can get, throw it under your belt, is always going to be beneficial for you. But yeah, the Comptia trifecta is usually always pretty solid. Vicious on the track. You're currently on your second semester working on your bachelor's degree for IT. Is it worth it? How would someone go about getting experience? I mean, a degree can always be worth it. And in many ways, is it required? No. How would someone go about getting experience? Internships, volunteer work, start building your own home lab, document the crap out of it. Lots of ways. What is considered IT? Because you work in IT, but you don't do a lot of IT stuff. So there's been so many jobs where working in IT that I've had to handle things that I never would have thought would be considered part of IT. But basically, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if you've experienced something different, but working in IT means that you support anything that plugs into the network or plugs into a peripheral that plugs into the network. Basically, if it has power and it has a motherboard, like, you're going to fix it. So projectors, sound systems, like everything, man. Speakers, like just everything. If it plugs in, you fix it. David Price, hi, matey. You just lost your job due to the lockdown here in the UK. Oh, my goodness. You're thinking of retraining in something new like IT. You have loads of customer experience, but need to start somewhere in learning IT. Well, I'm sorry you lost your job. But yeah, you could definitely get started learning things about IT for sure. Start off with something like Comptia A+. Also, I'm not familiar with the UK industry, so start looking on job searching sites and see what these companies are looking for. They're definitely going to be putting like different certifications and stuff that they would like you to have. Start getting those certs. Zach, is there a certification for IoT? I don't think so yet. There's like mobility certifications that can somewhat relate to IoT, I think. But that's nothing like specific to IoT. And Bono, which certs would you personally say are the most important to have at the moment, including SAN cybersecurity? Sorry if it's a new question, just trying to get as much info as possible. It depends on what level you're at, Like the most important certification to have at an entry level is completely different than the most important certification to have at mid-level or like later stages on in IT. SANs are definitely the best certifications later on in IT. Like, it's not something that a SAN certification, really not something that you're going to start off with off the bat. It's not something you're going to go into right away, or you should go into right away. Even at mid-level, it can be questionable. But yeah, it just depends on what level you're at. KevTech says, pretty much, Zach, well said. Fax machines, printers, computers, projectors, video conference rooms, scanners, list goes on, yeah. Anything that plugs in, you fix it, unfortunately. Customer service is like one of the most important things in the IT world, for sure. For shizzle. Anyways, I hope I've answered a lot of your questions here and helped you all out. Why this YouTube thing never works right? Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. So thank you for joining the live stream and hanging out with me on this glorious Monday afternoon. Don't know when the next live stream will be, and I don't know when the next video will be. But here, actually. I'm going to do this right now. Hold on. Texting the wife. Hey, what days, time, every week can I start? I can't type on this stupid phone. Scheduling live streams. Okay, so I just asked the wife what days and times every week I can start scheduling a live stream, because I would like to have a live stream scheduled once a week. So I have to confirm it with her, because it's the wife. You guys know how that is if you have a wife. So anyway, I will be scheduling as soon as she gets back to me and lets me know, I will be scheduling a live stream day, like day and time. So every week we're gonna have a live stream at the same time every day, or every week, whatever. Anyway, you guys take it easy.